Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mike from FormalWin. I'm here to help you guys get your first engineering job. Today we're talking about the engineer job formula. And we're going to break this down, show you how to get your first job. Let's get into it. Let's rock. All right guys, as usual, hope you had a lovely week. Feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, you need help with anything, I got your back. My number is 305-923-8724. Again, 305-923-8724. Let's go ahead and get into this formula. So the reason that I created this, we're going to be doing several variations as time goes on, but this is going to be step one for you guys. I want to make sure you have a pen and piece of paper. Make sure you have notes, leave some space in between here. I want you to jot this down as it is. We're going to add to this, and then I want you guys to apply this once the video is over. I don't want you to watch this, not apply it, not change, not get the dreams and the results and the goals that you want. I want you to actually do the stuff we're talking about here. If you're watching this and you're taking notes, let's actually apply this stuff. So let's get into it. The formula. Step one is going to be resume and LinkedIn network. So the reason I wrote this is because we're going to repeat this each week. We're going to set weekly KPIs. This is going to range per person, but I want you to just set that up. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about resume, LinkedIn, and network. So your resume, as you gain new experience, so we're just going to say EXP. As you gain new experience each week, I want you to set aside 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. That could be your KPI that you're tracking, and then you're going to sit there and really update your resume, refine it, so that can feed into applications. But if you're updating your resume constantly, then you're staying fresh to knowledge on what's on your resume. So when you have an interview, you don't have to reread the resume and figure out what you did with your life. You actually know what you're doing with your life because you're studying it each week, as you should. So then on LinkedIn too, this can translate. On LinkedIn, you should be posting on LinkedIn and building your personal brand. This is going to be key no matter what job you have, because your personal brand is what you show the world. That's who you are, and then the more you live it, the more you show it, the more you become it. So if you're living a good life and you want a good life and you have a good life, you should show that, right? And that's what our goal is. Our goal is to have a good life, so you should be really focusing on that and pinpointing that. So on LinkedIn, this is going to really translate with your resume. So it's going to go resume, LinkedIn, and then your network. But first with LinkedIn, you can set up some daily posting guides. So maybe daily post. Again, and then set a number to that. That could be part of the KPI. But in terms of network, so we're going to go resume, build that up, and then we'll post on LinkedIn. We're going to build our brand. And then on our network, what we're going to do is we're going to start communicating with everyone that we have in our network and really building relationships, because that's going to be super key. With our relationships that we build, we want to make sure we maintain that. So each week you should have an Excel sheet. So we're going to go Excel. Or if you have another way you want to track your network or your relationships, that's fine, but you need to find a way to measure it. So you can make an Excel name and then get the 1 week, 2 week, whatever it is, and just start tracking the way that you follow up with people. Your network should constantly be evolving, constantly evolving. And then if you do that, you'll be able to track it each week. Make sure you're messaging people, make sure you're staying in contact with people. Remember birthdays. This is a super key way to do it. So the reason that this is a formula is because this is part one. So part number one. If you're not doing this, you need to be doing it. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but this can easily take 30 minutes to an hour each week. So 5 to 10 minutes a day, come on. Next is gonna be applications and events. Now, we have our updated resume, we know what we're doing with our life, we're building our brand, we have our network. Application, I want you guys to be applying each week, right? That's something that we should be doing. You should be applying each day, but set a target that you want to apply. So target. And then as you hit that target, your confidence will build because you're keeping the promises that you set for yourself. So if that's 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a week, that's fine, but just hit that and set that KPI or set that target. Events, there's some different events you should be going to. I would be trying to go to 1 per week, minimum. If there's more, perfect. I mean, the more events you go to, the more you're going to be involved, the more experience you're going to get. So definitely try to target events. And by events, I mean career fairs, or maybe your school offers some different workshops. That can be a resume workshop too, so that can be an event. But the point is to constantly be investing in your personal development each week, and then you should be tracking that. Reflect each week, write down your KPIs each week, and then you'll be able to reflect on that. So that's going to be point number 2. Point number 3 is going to be skill set. So skill set is going to be whatever job you're going for or whatever technical expertise you're looking to develop, you need to improve your skill set. Now, if you don't know exactly what engineering job you want to do, that's fine. The skill set you need to improve is leadership, keeping your word, and building your personal brand. So you need to find a way to do that. So there's 2 paths here. We got tech, and we'll dig into this in other videos, but we have tech and we have leadership. So one of those 2 you need to really dive in on, and whatever it is. If tech, you have a really super passion about fluid dynamics or whatever, mechanics, or just whatever it is you want to really super laser focus on, that's cool, but you need to improve that skill set, because if that's what you're going to be doing, you need to be the expert. You have to be better than everyone else. So if that's what you're doing, cool. Leadership, there's different ways that you can improve in leadership. So just be the best leader in your projects, really invest in that. Don't worry about super technical, laser skilled focus course, certification, or whatever else that you need to do to get super specific on if you're really focused on leadership. So one or two ways, pick that and find a way to track your progress each week. That's going to go into the KPIs. So we're going to say track. And it's important to do that because if you're not tracking your progress in your skill set or setting goals for yourself, then you're not really progressing because you don't know if you're progressing. So that's number one. And then number two is giving back. So this is going to be key with classes, projects, whatever it is. You should offer lots of help in your classes with homeworks. Be the first one done with your homework and then offer people help. If that's an area that you can give back in, maybe it's projects, maybe it's at work, find a way to give back, because if you start coaching and mentoring and giving back in that fashion, that's going to really translate into your life, because you're giving back, you're putting good in the world, but also you're refining your skill set. So give back and do that. These are the 3 steps to get from 1 to 2 to the job. Now, go through this each week, and then go through it again, 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 and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until you get the job. This is how you get your job. This is the formula. Take notes, apply this stuff. Don't just watch this for fun. Don't just watch this to see what it's about. Actually take this stuff and apply. I promise you, if you do this every week, you're gonna get a job a lot quicker than your peer group. So go out, get it, crush the week. Again, I'm here for anything you guys need. Go form a win. Let's rock.